Welcome to round 6 of the 2024 Micra Challenge. Today we're at the Modern Tyres Ulster Rally. It's a new addition to the popular Micra series, and the cars will tackle the first 7 stages of the Newry-based event on some of the country's most challenging roads. The challenge leader is Stanley Orr, and he starts as favourite, following his victory on the closed road tour of the Sperrins event.
Haven't competed in it since 2019. I've done it in the historic escort. We won the historics that year, so it's a good event. Not always been the luckiest event to me, but it's enjoyable and the stages look good. Going back to the 80s, I done it back then, so I did, when it was the full sort of 2-day, or the night time, and it's a good event. Always enjoyed it, but as I say, it wasn't always that lucky to me, but hopefully it's changed from 2019. It's the first time back since. It was supposed to be dry and there's the rain on now, so I don't know what to expect, but no, it'll be alright. Same for everybody.
And the Clinchy driver has a new co-driver, Jane Edgington.
Well, I've known Stanley a few years through the British Historic Rally Championship. There was a group of us in the top 20, and Stanley's very competitive, and I used to sit in with a competitive driver. So, and he used to beat the son, the father of the son I used to sit in with. So it was quite good. We had a lot of banter.
Graham, he's away to do the world, the drum sergeant major, the drumming over in Edinburgh. And because the Ulster wasn't originally around, he had left himself to do all the rounds, but because it wasn't around, he couldn't do it. And Megal, that would sit with me, he's away working in Dublin for the weekend. So I rang Jane, I know Jane from Wrexham. She's done the British Championship over the years that I was doing it, and I rang her and she was happy to come over, so she's over with me.
3 weeks ago, I had a drunken message from Stanley, and now I'm here. Yes, five years ago, I was out in a Mark II with Ben Friend, and yes, this is I haven't been here since then. So yeah, definitely looking forward. Fantastic little cars. Yeah, I was brought up on 1400s when I first started rallying a long time ago. So love them. They're little screamers.
Andrew Bush and Geraldine McBride are returning to the challenge after having car trouble earlier in the season.
We had an engine woe at Bishopscourt and we had a complete rebuild, and that's what put us out a few rounds, I'm afraid, so we made an effort to get the car here. It's not quite in the specification that we wanted, but I need to learn it anyway, so but we're just happy to be here and great to be here, so it is. I'm looking forward to it. It's great that the Micra Challenge is part of it, it's a last minute thing and it's brilliant that we're part of it. So haven't been out since Bishopscourt. That's the first time I've driven the car on the road, so the first stage, the first bumps at high speed were the first time I've really taken the car at speed over the bumps, so that'll be interesting, so it will. But good stages, really well organised event, so I'm looking forward to it. It's brilliant. The Ulster, I've done this event quite a few times, but this is my jinx rally, and I'm hoping that please this year, there's like 4 or 5 times where I've broken down within the first 2 stages in this event, and even on the start ramp in Armagh one year, the car broke down literally going over the ramp, so I just need to get rid of this Ulster Rally jinx, and I love this event, but it's never kind to me. But I'm feeling good this year. I'm hoping maybe this could be the Micra Challenge, maybe the way to go,
Last season's challenge runner-up and Bushwhacker round winner Sean Foy is also back out for the first time since that event. Sean, who also has a new co-driver, Adrian Marsh from Donegal, is here thanks to the help of other Micra Challenge competitors.
It was a little bit painful. I had hoped to be out earlier in the year, but I've been waiting on a new gearbox. I was told it was going to arrive at the end of July. Fortunately, it didn't get here, so thankfully Stephen Whitford came to my rescue before he went on holidays with the family. He took a gearbox out of Peter Dowd's car, who unfortunately couldn't make it. So we put that in on Saturday and it feels good. I just hope Stephen told Peter, but anyway, not 100% sure, but sure, if I get a result today, I'll share it with him, whatever, you know, so fingers crossed. Felt good. Really looking forward to doing this event. It was a bit of a last minute change to the schedule for us for this year, just to make up for some road miles. I think I first watched this rally in 1985, so to finally get around to competing on it, I'm really looking forward to it. It's brilliant, and the Motor Club have been really accommodating to set us up. We've had a great position here. They've looked after us to give us a good deal on the entry, and it's great to be doing the rally with like Callum Devine and Matt Edwards and Keith Cronin. So, you know, mixing with the top guys, you know.
Raymond McLaughlin and Martin McBraierty are hoping to make up for some bad fortune with a drive shaft failure at the Sperrins.
We had a bit of bad luck in the last couple of events with mechanical difficulties, but hopefully they're sorted and we'll see how it all goes.
I love this event here. It's always super well organised. Everything's by the letter of the law here, and that makes it so much easier, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? But no, looking forward to it. Nerves, you're always going to have nerves, but no, looking forward to it. Should be a good event. Getting to the finish, number one priority after the last couple of DNFs, but we'll get there.
There's a few very, very experienced drivers and very good kit cars in front of us, so we have no ambitions beyond our station. But now we'll be chipping away the best we can and see how we fare out. And it's all gaining experience in the car. We haven't that many miles in that car yet, so learning away, and I like it. And we'll try and be as competitive as we can.
It's probably one of the biggest rallies in Ireland. Like, you know what I mean, you're always going to have a lot of competitors across the water coming here. But like I say, we're here for it to be same as always. We try and go as hard as we can and get to the finish. That's what we're looking forward to, you know. So no, it's a good event.
Richard Craigmile from Annahilt has his girlfriend Tracy Baxter co-driving and cannot wait to get going.
Nervous.
Very shaky.
She's definitely very shaky.
Yeah. Well, I like going out for a drive, so I'm going from the drive anyway, because I usually have to say, are we going out? Are we going out?
She's going out for a Sunday run to look at the trees. Well, she could look at the trees. That's how close she wants to look at the trees.
When we get on the move, I'll enjoy myself. Okay. It's the exhilaration, being in the car and you don't actually know what you're doing, kind of thing. But then after a while, you realise what you're going to have to do and everything. It's just a bit exciting.
See what?
But nervous.
The crack is. I used to do a bit of that away years ago. Not a lot, just a wee bit of club once, and then I met this woman, right? And then I got her in the fall. It says, and I turned 60 there at the start of the year. I says, you know what? I'm just going to do some silly and get a wee rally car, and we'll do that here. That's we make a chance.
Yes, indeed.
So that's what we said we'd do. Not a wee love, but a partnership anyway.
It was an unexpected wet start for all the Micra competitors. Stanley Orr and Gian Edgington were first out of the blocks with a stunning time in the slippery conditions. They led all of the juniors and set an early Micra Challenge lead of 40 seconds. Andrew Bush and Geraldine McBride so far had no jinx and were in second. Sean Foy survived a brief trip up a bank to slot into third. Raymond McLaughlin made it safely through, as did Richard Craigmile, but he was another to explore the edges of the road. He safely brought co-driver Tracy Baxter to the end of her first ever closed road stage. But it was Orr who was very content during first service.
Didn't think we had a brilliant first stage, but obviously we had a better first stage than we thought. You know, it was wet, pretty slippy, very slippy in places, but yeah, okay. The last stage was dry, but because of the way it worked out with tyres, I ended up with one soft and one medium tyre in the front, but it was all right. Jill and myself gelling, because this is the first time we've ever been together in the car, and it's, so just get a bit of time for her to get used to me and vice versa, you know, but no, overall I'm happy enough.
It was a quick turnaround in service with a flurry of activity. Andrew Bush had some brake fluid drained. Sean Foy was making a few tweaks to hopefully improve performance.
It's exciting. It was very wet on the first stage and very, very slippery. I sort of haven't really encountered anything like that. I got away with one. We at a K left, we went up the bank and came back out, and the only damage seemed to do was rip the mirror off. I don't know how we did that, but we survived. And then the second stage was bone dry. With a wee bit of a delay, there was a car off ahead of us, but brilliant fun, really good fun. You only get about 15 minutes or something, so just only enough time to have a quick look at the car, make some decisions on tyres and things like that, and fuel, and away we go again. The idles seem to be very high. The car's sitting too high when it's just idling, and then when you're hitting the brakes, it's still got a bit of throttle on it. Just felt like it was pushing me on a wee bit, so we've tried to take that back a wee bit just to make life a wee bit easier.
So back out for another 3 stages of this very tricky rally. Orr was flying again, but would go on to find trouble and do some damage to the car, which cost him time. Bush is still running second and Foy third. The Micras are out at the tail end of the rally, but providing some fabulous entertainment as always. At second service, back at Modern Tyres in the Carndean Industrial Estate, it's still Stanley Orr and Jane Edgington who lead, despite their little problem. Andrew Bush and Geraldine McBride are still the closest of the chasing pack. On their first closed road event in their kit car, they're still finding where the limit is. Sean Foy and Adrian Marsh and Raymond McLaughlin and Martin McBrairty made it safely back too. Unfortunately, Richard, Craigmile and Tracy Baxter have had to call it a day after a high-speed trip to the ditch on a bumpy straight. Both of them are okay, but the car will need some work before the next event. Orr continues his domination over the final 2 stages. His class is really shining through today, and he makes it another win to extend his lead in the Micra Challenge. A great day too for new co-driver Jane.
Yeah, happy enough. We had a good day, enjoyable day. So it did, and took us a couple of stages to get used to each other, and then yeah, everything seemed to go well.
It tightened up after the first few stages, didn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely. Had a really good run. They're brilliant little cars, and they're not slow at all. Amazing.
So that's 2 gravel rallies left to go to, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Haven't driven gravel, but with front wheel drive, but we'll soon find out.
That's it from the Ulster Rally, but don't forget to check out the new website www.micrachallenge.com for all the updates. See you next month for the Lakeland Stages Northern Ireland Forest Challenge.